So again, if you draw these out, you see that C2H4, they're missing bonds because each carbon has 4. So the only way this works is with a double bond. So that's unsaturated. It doesn't have the maximum number of hydrogens. If you drew number 3 and 4, it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So C3H8, that's number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are maxed out. They're saturated. Single bond, saturated, double, triple, or unsaturated. That's why it's number 2. The other way to answer this question, it's kind of a long explanation, I realize that, but it's good to understand how to do this. If you go here, alkanes have this equation. So that's the saturated ones. These two are unsaturated, so you need to know that first. Now you take what they give you on the question, CH4 fits in this formula. Put 1 in here, you get 4 here. So that's CH4, it's an alkane, so that's not correct. But if you look at number 2, if you plug 2 in here, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 2 is 6. So C2H6 would be the alkane. That doesn't fit here. So we look at this one. Put a 2 in here, you get 2 times 2, that's 4. C2H4, that fits here. That's why this is the answer, because that's an alkene, which is unsaturated. Double bond. And then these three, or those two, both fit in this equation here. 3, and then this becomes 8, 4, that becomes 10. So it matches up. So that means those are wrong because those are alkanes. Alkanes are saturated. So that's a long-winded answer there, long-winded explanation, but there's 2 ways to do it. Using the chart or drawing it. Either way, you hopefully come up with the conclusion 2 is the answer. All right? So that's a very typical Regents question, which is why I gave it to you. I know we just started talking about it, but hopefully that helps you understand it more. Okay, 2. Does anyone remember what an isomer is from yesterday? What is an isomer? Why don't you take out your notes and look where I wrote the word isomer? Go ahead.
Zach, you know.
It's kind of like isotope. Isotopes, explain.
Like it has a different amount.
No, I was going to try and, I don't like saying no sometimes, but no, they have the same amount of atoms, but, go ahead, look in your notes. I'll come back to you. Who has their notes out? What were the 2 examples I gave you yesterday, Kristen? Butane.
And 2-methanol propane.
Right, so look up here. Here's butane, and I'm going to come back to you, Nicole. So, here's butane, here's 2-methylpropane. They both have 4 C's, and they both have 10 H's. So they have the same number of atoms, but what's different, Nicole, about these 2? What? Their structure, very good. Their structure. So that's what isomers are. Different structure, same number of atoms. So, who knows the answer to number 22? A bunch of you had it. 1, right. Molecular formula, good. That's the same, but the structure is different. The properties are different. This one boils at a lower temp, and here's why, right? This one is branched. Looks like more like a ball, so their contact is very small, right? That's why their forces are weak. So more branches mean very low contact, low surface area, but the straight chain would have a higher boiling point. So that means physical properties. So I wanted to show you today, just to give you the visual. I didn't have 2 of these out yesterday. So if a straight chain touches another straight chain, a lot of contact, right? A lot of surface area because they're straight chain. They don't have things branching off. I know that's kind of hard to understand how this looks like a ball, that looks like a stick, but that is kind of true. In real life, that's kind of how they take a shape. So that helps explain, I hope. So anyways, the only thing that's in common is the molecular formula. All right, 23. Should be easy. What's a hydrocarbon, Chuck? So don't give me the answer to the question. Tell me what does that word mean? Did you get this right, do you think?
I think so.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me the answer.
4.
Try again. Let me help you out. If I chop off the word carbon, what element is HYDRO? Hydrogen. And if I get rid of hydro,
Oh, so it's 3.
right, very good. Hydrocarbon is only compounds that contain C and H. That's all it is. C and H, that's a hydrocarbon. Number 3, this has I, that has N, that has O. They're not hydrocarbons. They're all organic, but they're not hydrocarbons. Okay? Real typical questions. That's why I'm showing you. Questions on any of that? Who's leaving in 6 minutes? 1. What's that mean? Soon. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got you. All right, so I'm gonna give you notes till you leave. So 5, 6 minutes. Here we go of notes. Take them out. They're not out yet.
Let's do it like rapid. Like as fast as
I'll
we
just
go.
go normal speed here. Oh right, I need your review book, review assignment. Pass it up. I knew there was something I was forgetting to do.
I was still on the how you collect it and then.
No, yeah, no, that's good. I need it. Pass those up.
If I didn't have gym before this, I would be able to stay pretty but
It's okay.
go shower.
I understand the whole process. Zach has to go do his hair too.
Yeah. No, Ryan actually is gonna
Actually,
go
Ryan,
get
you
a
better-
curl.
I'm actually going to get my hair cut. Tough guy.
When's your doctor?
Have you seen the movie American Hustle?
No. Let's do a doctor.
Because
I'm gonna actually put curlers in my hair.
the one character, he's a guy, but he has these little tiny curlers all in his hair.
Well, Doc Ellis, he was an MLE player. He did that back in like
Yeah, I
the
know what you're talking
70s,
about.
and that was like a big uproar.
Well, if you do that, I'd like to see a picture of that. All right.
My-
Here we go. Notes are out. Notes are out. Give me your attention for 5 minutes here. All right. So I think, did I write down the word saturated? Did we define it?
No.
We did not? Okay. Saturated. So saturated means contains the maximum number of hydrogens. Maximum number of hydrogens. And that means single bonds. Single bonds, so that's the alkanes. And the unsaturated are the double or triple bond. Triple bond. Right? And that would be your alkenes and alkynes. Sorry, that's really messy. So alkenes and alkynes. So really, all you have to do is remember double, triple, unsaturated, single, saturated. I say that, if you say it enough, single, saturated, single, saturated, single, saturated, you'll remember. And then the explanation as to why. Alright? But you really don't have to explain usually. Just you know, it's just a question. Which of the following is saturated, which is unsaturated? Thanks. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's fine.
What's going on?
He's disrupting the class.
Mr. Matthews.
Mr. Matthews.
All right, back to this. Come on, back to this. So saturated, unsaturated, get it down. I want to get through one more thing quick. So I wrote a note here, things I wanted to get done here real fast. And the rest of you who are here, we're just going to carry on as normal.
Make sure I watch the video tonight before I go to bed.
I'm sure you will.
What do I look up?
Mr. McCoy's chemistry. Or just go on the website.
Mr. McCoy, you can just send me the link.
Yeah.
Text it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they texted
That's
me.
not, I don't have your number.
Or snap me.
I don't have your number. All right, here we go. Alkenes. Okay, I want to give you at least a couple examples here real quick before you guys go. So an alkene contains a double bond, and I'm going to draw one, and then we're going to name it. And that's probably all we're going to have time for you guys who are leaving. So let's get this one example down. So 4 carbons. So what's the prefix for 4? Anybody? Bute. And if it ends, or sorry, if it has a double bond, what's the ending? E. Butene. That's how we say that. Butene. There's only one more thing we have to do. We have to put a number on the carbon chain for where the double bond is. So where is the double bond?
2, right?
Just 2.
Yeah, just
2 butene. So the second carbon has the double bond. Now the number 3 here, third carbon, also has it, but we go for low. So it's between the 2 and the 3, so we always say 2. So that's called 2-butene. 2-butene. So all the naming rules are the same, except now it ends in -ene because there's a double bond. So everything you learned before, it's the same, except it's with alkenes. All right? You still have 1 minute. Copy this down, please. And notice how there aren't hydrogens on the bottom of these carbons here. Oops, forgot that one. Maybe Bree can tell us why. How come there aren't hydrogens down here, Bree? There's already 4 bonds. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kids get crazy and they start putting dashes everywhere and they put 2 here. Don't do that. Count 4 per carbon. So don't put dashes there. All right, you guys can leave. I'll finish this with the remaining 2s.
You could just not.
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep going. Have fun.
You're gonna look it up
Be
online
smart.
tonight.
Be
After
safe. Don't do anything
After prom,
stupid.
my after prom party, all the
Yeah,
people
I'm
in
gonna
class.
be.
We're gonna watch the video
We're
together.
gonna watch the video on a big projector. Because education is.
And Sunday.
Yeah, be careful on
Yeah, I
Sunday.
love, be careful.
Sunday's the Lord's Day, so yeah.
Right.
I'm too crazy.
Special eye.
Be safe. Use protection.
Okay.
This is gonna be noise now.
Now it's just.
All right. So who's gonna answer all the questions now? Ryan left. I guess I was calling Devin most
You
of the
got a
time.
foreigner over there.
Why do you have to call
We're,
me?
you were born in this country, right?
No, she wasn't.
Yeah,
Don't worry
I
about
thought so.
it.
Okay.
Charlie was.
Was your sister? No. Okay. Sorry, I knew somebody. Anyways, back to this. Who thinks they can name this?
Okay, let me give it a shot.
Go ahead. I didn't give you much time, so go ahead. See if you can name this. Same rules apply. Count the longest connected chain of carbons. Put a box around it. Name it. Circle everything outside the box. Name that too.
Okay, I don't want to do that. Why is there 2 different bonds? What do you do?
What do you mean 2 different bonds?
There's a
What do you
double. There's like an 8 and an 8 or a 9.
If you see a double bond, it's automatically an E.
So it's pentene, but there's something before it. It is pentene. The long string is 5.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Since we're kind of doing this together, this is pentene.
Or you could go the other way.
It's 2-methylpentene.
Yeah.
This is pentene. This is a methyl group. But here's the problem. I need a number for the methyl. I need a number for the double bond.
So it's 2,2-methyl protein. No,
Well,
it's
they're
2
both not on the
it's
2.
2,4-methyl.
Okay, which one's the 2? Which one's the 4?
The 2 is the one on that side. And this one's 4. You're off each class.
Oh. Yep. Okay. How's on camera? I'm gonna get sued.
I promise.
2,4-methylpentene.
This one's 2. This one's.
Wouldn't it be 2 and 2?
No,
Can't- no.
You can't
Can't
do
do
that.
that.
Well,
I don't know these
no,
things.
because you can only count from one way.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't right, but it's close. It's close. It's close. I didn't teach you how to do this yet. Don't worry. You're very close. Here's the rule. First of all, he is correct. This is 2-pentene. The 2 goes with the pentene because that's where the double bond is. So 2-pentene. And then this is 4-methyl, but that goes in front. So it's 4-methyl 2-pentene. It's just the details. That's like the official way to write it. So, are you going to have to do this on the regents? I highly doubt it. But, so why am I doing it? Because I think it's good to learn, because you might see this, but they won't ask you to name it. They'll ask you, is it unsaturated? Is it an alkane, alkene, alkyne? They might ask, what's the longest chain of carbons, or what's the substitute? They could ask questions, but I doubt they're going to make you name the whole thing. So we're not going to do a whole lot of these. So anyways, the rule is the double bond gets the lowest number possible, because you could count from this way. You could say 1, 2, 3, 4, so that would be 2 and 3. But instead, We count this way because this has to be a lower number than that. That's why we count from the left. So 4-methyl, 2-pentene. Questions? All right, now let's practice something you might have to do on the regents. I'm going to draw 2 structures on the board. Wait a second, I'm forgetting something.
God doesn't allow you to continue possible. God's your savior.
What? Hello? No. Yeah, he's not in my class. Thanks.
What's it for?
Are you leaving? That's cool. All right. Have fun. Yeah, or her, or it. We don't know.
I know.
Depends on what you believe in.
That's right. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm forgetting something. Hold that thought here. This, this.
It's God, the captain.
All right, we're good. Okay, I'm going to put 2 names on the board. You're going to draw the structure and then draw an isomer of each structure, and then name the isomer. I'll make it easy for you. Yep. Pentane, draw that, please. Structural drawing, and then we'll do 2-methylpentane. So first step, draw those. Then you're going to draw an isomer of what you drew, and then you're going to name the isomer. And Shelby, you're coming today, right? Okay.
We're going to draw this one.
Yeah, so draw those, and then draw an isomer of what you drew, and then name that isomer. So there are many different answers. There's at least 3 different answers for the pentane, and probably 3 or 4 for the other one. In other words, you can draw an isomer of pentane a different way than Xavier does, different from Echo. So that's correct, except you fake dashes. Bonds. But now you're going to draw an isomer, meaning the same number of atoms but different structure. I missed that. Probably better off.
I'm not sure how to do an
Yes,
isomer
good.
for the second one.
I don't know if I did the first one I did.
Let me see your isomer. What do you got?
For that one, I didn't see this one.
There is a. There is a common mistake students make with pentane. We'll see if somebody makes it. That's not common, but it's a mistake.
Aww.
That big?
It's alright, she's gonna be an artist in it. You'll see, I'm gonna go over it now. So, you just took that and turned it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. Right, so if you're looking at the marker this way, it's still the same thing. So you have to change it so it looks different. So like if I took the cap
Oh,
off,
that was pretty dumb.
kind of put it here, that would look different. That's a nice one.
You should have done this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You You guys all did this part, right? That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So an isomer, same number of atoms, different structure. So if you did this, this is the most common mistake. So I guess that's good that it's a common mistake. So that is not correct for an isomer. Why not?
I did that.
I know. That's still pentane. So you didn't change it. It has to have a different name. Isomers have different names.
Ah, darn.
So here's why. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all connected. It just took a turn. So that's still pentane. So that
Oh, so
doesn't
you
work.
have to put it in the middle?
There you go.
Nah.
So the easiest way to do this, I suggest, because sometimes you do have to do this, draw it, or at least a multiple choice. They might say, given the following compound, which of the following is an isomer, or can be an isomer? Then they'll give you 4 choices. The way I would do it is I would take this C or that C and then put it in the middle. So an isomer would look like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Take this one and maybe put it right here. So that would be here. So that would be the most typical isomer, I would say, for pentane. So 2-methyl-butane would be the name of that. 2-methyl-butane. So that is an isomer of pentane. So that's an isomer. Oops. So that's your isomer. So what could we do over here? What would be the easiest thing? Taylor, what could we do here to make an isomer of that? So take this and put it where?
On the other two? Like on the other side?
Over here?
Yeah, from 2 going the other way.
Here.
Yes.
That's the same thing. I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot for all this. Here. This is kind of an example here. So if I'm holding this way, and if I was to slide this here, then really it would just be doing this.
That's ready to fall apart.
It would literally, no, we're good. It would just be flipping it, so it's still the same thing. So we have
On
to
the end?
put this where?
On the end?
Like here? There you go, now it looks different. Good job. So an isomer would be if we take this carbon and put it on one of the ends. So just draw 6 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would be hexane. So hexane is an isomer of 2-methylpentane. 2-methylbutane is an isomer of pentane. So what am I really trying to hammer in your head here? What is an isomer? Same number of atoms, so count them up. These two would be C6H, draw me right now, 14, C6H14, and then these would be C5H12. So they both would have the same number of atoms, C's and H's, but it just looks different. So just, you gotta be careful, because on paper, if you start doing things, it looks different to you, it probably, or it could be the same structure, just flipped or turned, so be careful with that. That's why I always say name it. If it has a different name, then you win. Questions?
Nope.
We'll practice more isomers next week. I'm going to do one more thing with you, and then I'll stop and let you work on your homework. All right. Draw 2-pentine. Draw 2-pentine. Jake Guido. Nothing, good. Draw that. Draw 2-pentine. I want structural drawing, meaning show all the bonds. 2-pentine. I don't really teach a whole lot about alkynes. They're pretty rare.
So the triple bonds.
Yep. So Y&E means triple bond. and for fun, draw an isomer of it. Just because we're having so much fun here today.
Did I do wrong?
No. Yes, sort of. I couldn't give you full credit. What are you missing?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Don't forget those dashes, those bonds, okay? That makes or breaks some students. Again, I don't want to have to get in fist fights with these other teachers in June, so just make it easy for me.
This is stupid, Mr. McCoy. Can't figure it out.
Get through your place. Which one, the isomer part?
Yeah. There's a triple bond right here, so how can I make it?
So all you have to do is take the carbons and rearrange them so it has a different name.
Yeah,
So don't put them in a straight line.
yeah, no, but if I put it on the end, it's still the same thing.
Yeah, how do you?
Because then there's no carbon.
So we have 2 pentene here, 10 pentine, 1. Right? Oh, that's 4. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 2 pentine. You know what? I didn't look. I didn't check carefully. Did you guys put bonds off of these? If you did, you lose credit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They already have 4 bonds. You can't put any hydrogens on them. Kind of like this one right here. Okay, this one only has 1 hydrogen each because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So similar. Okay, you can only make 1 more bond on the side. That's the carbon. Okay, so that's 2 pentine. Again, 2 means on the second carbon. So what could we do?
No, yeah. I figured
There's really only one thing we could do.
that.
If we take this carbon,
See underneath what would be 4 from the left. Right?
well, if we take this carbon, can we stick it anywhere else to make it?
no.
No. So what's the only thing we can do?
Add C.
You can't add a C. It has to have 5. See the general formula here, the molecular is C5H10. So this is C5H10. Our isomer has to be C5H10, but it has to look different. So what can we do? Move the bond. Very good. Where do you want to move it? You mean the triple bond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you want to move it?
To the end.
To the end. So like right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triple bond C. Very good. That is correct. That is an isomer. What is that called? This is called 2-pentine. What is this called? 1-pentine. Because it's on the first carbon. And to take what Jake said, yes, maybe this is kind of stupid because it's kind of weird, but that's how we do it. So we would slide it over here, and that's it. And we will stop there. You got a little bit of time. I would use it, start doing the worksheet. There's 2 number 4s.